Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Brand from Team Arsenal, back with another video. As you can see, we're on DB today because we'll be doing a deck profile of my trap BAs from this previous Cough Cup. Since it's about to conclude and you see that we, unfortunately, spoiler alert, did not make it into the finals, here you are with the deck profile for it. Now, before we get into it, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about it. At the time of recording this video, we are at, I believe, 220 something subscribers. We're trying to get to 250, 300, 350, hopefully by the end of the year, because every 50 subscribers is a giveaway. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, starting off with the monsters, we'll start with the BAs. We're looking at one Eldritch, or Eldritch, one Barbar, one Cowcab, and one Libic. These are the one of the BA lineup because these are the utility cards. Monster negates, burn in time, handles back row, specials from hand in case it's in your hand. The two ofs we have are double Seer, double Farfa. You don't want to see three. You want to have three of these in here. These are great cards. They're better than the utility cards, but they're not strong enough to be three ofs. Seer specials from graveyard if you haven't already known. And Farfa banishes a monster to the end of the turn through a target, so it's kind of weaker in today's format. And the only three elves we play up for the Burning Abyss are triple Skarm and triple Graph. Graph specials from the deck, Skarm is our searcher. So that's why I play three of each. And for our honorary BAs, we have double Tour Guide. We only playing the two because three is really cloggy. And if it gets hand trapped like we saw in the top four matchup, it just basically is a turn killer because you have no way to play around your Tour Guide getting Ash, so you prefer to have it just as a follow-up play. That's why we play so many BAs. The BAs come first with the Fiend Griefing with the Fiendish Rhino Warrior, and then you follow up with Tour Guide if they stop your original play. And then we play, like I said, we do play the 3 Fiendish Rhino Warrior. Really great card in this deck. Absolutely love it. Sometimes it's actually way better than Tour Guide. For the fact of he can be on the board. You can slap down multiple BAs following up with him, and then he himself becomes like a, in a sense, a Cherry Beanie before Cherry Beanie gets to even activate. So that's pretty cool. Opens up plenty of advantage by himself with another BA, obviously. Yeah, and then the last of our fiends is just one absolute king Backjack. We play the one of because we don't want to necessarily brick on it. We just really want to dump it to the graveyard. If we see it in our hand, we can play around it because we know we play cards to discard, but it's more so of just like if you open like Fiendish Rhino Warrior plus a BA, you go into Cherry Beanie, you already have your Graph Seer loop off of the Fiendish Rhino Warrior, or off of the Cherry Beanie. So you use the Rhino to dump the absolute Backjack into the graveyard. But it's more so just like a way to dig for traps and stuff. It's not really necessarily the linchpin of the deck or anything like that, like most people have you believe. But it's a great card that has to be played if you want to play this build. Would I play two of it? Maybe. But the way the lineup is right now, probably have to do some testing and tinkering with it. Now, moving on to the traps. We start with just the normal traps first. We're looking at triple Fiend Griefing, double Ice Dragon's Prison, double Karma Cut, triple Dino-Miscus, triple Torrential Tribute, and 2 Trap Tricks. Now, the reason I went with the normal traps first is because of the card Trap Trick we play. Not a 3 of, just a 2 of, because you don't want to see multiples of it. It's just like with your Seer, or with your Farfa, or with your Backjack, or with your Tour Guide. It's a good card. It's just you don't need 3 of it in the deck. But it basically just gets us to other normal traps. Hence why we have all the normal traps in the lineup, which you can see. Fiend Griefing is like our DD Crow in a sense, and it actually gets our plays going on our opponent's turn. We can interact with them using like Graph or Seer or Farfa, whatever the case may be. Ice Dragon's Prison is really, really great right now. The reason I only play 2 of it in this deck right now at the time of recording this video is because I only own 2. So if I had 3 of, I probably would have knocked the Fiend Griefing down to 2, or the Dino-Miscus down to 2, because I'm really iffy on cards that really target on board nowadays, because like a lot of decks can play around that. So yeah, but Ice Dragon's Prison is a really great card. There's not much we really can say about it. It's just good spot removal. It gets rid of Dragoon. It gets rid of DPE, let's say chain or something like that. Yeah, and a lot of people don't play around it, so yeah. We also play the Karma Cuts because it's just basically like another way of removal from the board, like with Dino Miscus, because they all these cards basically just banish a monster from the board. But Karma Cut has a special ability where if your opponent has a monster the same name in the graveyard, you can banish those as well. So against like Elixir and like that, it's just mwah. Thing is though, just like with Dino Miscus, it has weaknesses at targets, so keep that in mind. Dino Miscus, we played 3 of it instead of the Karma Cut because the Dino Miscus actually can become a body on the board, so it helps with extension as well if you activate a trap. So that's why we play 3 of that. Retribution, I have to explain this, just a board wipe. Now moving on, the rest of the deck is basically like three strikes and 2 divine wraps. We want to have monster effect negation that removes from the board, so that's why we play these instead of like infinite permanence or anything like that, because those are synergized more with the deck because they're normal traps and they're hand traps and everything like that. But in today's format, you kind of need things that remove from the board in general. You can't risk letting your opponent have their monster still after you negate the effects. They might actually be able to just follow up because it's a body on the board. So you would prefer to have stuff like Divine Wrath, Strike, etc., or just remove from the board in general. So that's why we play most of the lineup we play. Moving on to the extra deck, we start with the links. Unicorn, Phoenix, standard stuff, IP, standard. Gravity controllers for your, when you set up your Dante in the extra monster zone, you can link it away for the gravity controller. If you have like a Seer or a Graph under the Dante, they'll get you into Beatrice just by 1 card without having to go on IP also like that if you don't have the extension for it. Cherubini, it shouldn't have to explain this card. Borosaurus for ending games. Appaloosa's for setting up a bigger board if you have the extension for it. X-Code is to break boards to try to end games. Levier, it was just a flex spot we had in here. Because we didn't have any other cards to play, so we just played this and it actually worked out pretty fine. So yeah. Downer is for the Zeus, obviously, because we play a good number of Exceeds. Double Dante because it's a Burning Abyss deck. Beatrice because it's a Burning Abyss deck, not a Drytron deck. This is where the card belongs. Sorry for you Drytron players where you thought this card was made for you. No, it was made for us. It was for us. And then the surprising card, Pilgrim. Nobody plays around Beatrice getting destroyed, so it's just a nice card that says, hey, you can't target me. I can just pitch my BAs from hand to draw cards. So yes, it was cool. It did work. Now moving on to the side deck. Now keep in mind, a lot of stuff I'm showing you is like based on what I was playing during the Cough Cup, but a lot of stuff you have to actually change for this current format at the time of recording this video because you're dealing with a lot of decks that are just like, you can't always go first, so you have to find ways to break the board going second. So with that in mind, we have Pankratops, triple Dark Blue No More, Harpy's Feather Duster with triple Lightning Storm, a Regeki, triple Twin Twisters, and Judgments. The Judgments are for when you go first and they're trying to break your board, so keep that in mind. Because a lot of decks nowadays are actually, believe it or not, actually siding triple Dark Blue No More, triple Lightning Storm, and triple Easily Match, or they're actually maining them. Because people realizing that hand traps are not the strongest nowadays going to get certain decks, so they would prefer to actually have board breaking cards in their main deck on the ready in case they have to go second. So that's why I'm saying where you might have to adjust the actual main deck itself of this deck to be able to prepare to go first or second. Because it's more so an uphill climb if you can't just like set 5 pass. But if you can do that, that's great. But I'm a little iffy on that one. But anyway, guys, that's been a deck profile for my trap BAs for this previous Cough Cup. Tell me guys what you think about it. Any suggestions you might have. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. And this has been Ram from Team Arsenal. Peace and have a great day.
Hi guys, it's Bunny from Team Arsenal. As always, thank you for watching our videos, and always remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys. Bye.